Thanks for joining us again on the newsroom. I am Annetta Felix. The crisis rocking the All Progressives Congress has taken a new turn as the party's National Working Committee endorses Abiola Ajimobi as the acting national chairman. The party also disowned Victor Gidom, insisting that his membership of the NWC ceased when he resigned to contest the deputy governorship position in Rivers State. The APC National Vice Chairman South-South, Hilad Etta, who addressed the media soon after Gaidom left the party secretariat, said preparations for the Edo State governorship primary was on course. Ajimobi's new status as acting APC National Chairman comes as the Court of Appeal in Abuja upheld the suspension of Oshomole by a Federal Capital Territory High Court. Oshomole had been suspended by the APC in Edo State in what is part of his battle with the state governor, Gordon Obaseki. In March, Justice Danlami Senchi of the Abuja High Court ruled that Oshomole's suspension was legal and restrained him from parading himself as the national chairman of the APC. But in a unanimous judgment of the three-man panel led by Justice Eunice Onyemanan, the appellate court dismissed Oshomole's appeal for lacking in merit. The court also withdrew Oshomole's rights and privileges as the national chairman of the party, including his security details. Former Attorney General of the Federation, Mohammed Adoke, has been arraigned on fresh charges. Adoke was arraigned alongside Nigerian businessman and chairman of AA Oil, Aliyu Abubakar. Both men had earlier been arraigned on a 7-count charge bordering on money laundering, bribery and abuse of office. A federal high court sitting in Abuja had granted Adoke bail in the sum of 50 million naira with one surety in like sum after he pleaded not guilty to all the charges. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, had arraigned Adoke before the Federal Capital Territory High Court over his alleged fraudulent involvement in the Malibu oil deal in December 2019. The Supreme Court has fixed June 23rd to hear the appeal filed by the former managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Timi Alaibe, challenging the election of Senator Doye Diri as the governor of Bayelsa State. The 5-man panel, presided over by Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Mohammed, asked the applicants to regularize processes, having withdrawn 2 other applications pending before the court. At the resumed proceedings, counsels to the PDP and Governor Diri, Emmanuel Enwedem and Chris Uche, respectively, said they were not opposed to the application by the appellant to regularize his processes.
It's a judicial expedition commenced by Chief Indutumi Alaibe, who was one of the contestants for the primary election for the governorship candidate of Bayelsa State election. He lost in the primaries, but he took the matter to court, asking the Federal High Court to torpedo the entire process. That is to say, to nullify the primary election that eventually threw up the incumbent governor as the governor of Bayelsa State. At the Federal High Court esteemed that case slightly and dismissed it. He was not satisfied. He went to the Court of Appeal, Owerri, and the Court of Appeal concurrently dismissed his appeal. He's yet dissatisfied, and he has come to the Supreme Court as a court of final resort to ventilate his further grievance.
Issues are very, very narrow because what he has brought here are issues that don't really concern the primary election. Issues that concern activities that happen before the primary election. But within the next 7 days, we'll all file our respective briefs of argument, and then if they have any reply and points of law, call replies brief to file. We'll do that in 3 days, and thereafter we'll come for the hearing of the appeal, which is by adoption of our written briefs, and thereafter the Supreme Court will deliver its judgment.
The Supreme Court has given us date to file briefs. We will comply with the date of the Supreme Court. We will respond. We are sued. We went to the Federal High Court. The Federal High Court agreed with us, and we won. They went to the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal agreed with us, and our clients won. We have come to the Supreme Court. We won't predict the Supreme Court. But there are two concurrent judgments of the trial court, Federal High Court, and the Court of Appeal. So we won't predict the Supreme Court.
The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has approved the reconstitution of the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund and the Lagos State Security Trust Fund. A statement signed on behalf of the governor by his chief press secretary, Boyega Akoshile, explained that the new board appointment takes effect immediately and would last for 4 years. The governor thanked the previous members of the two boards for their meritorious service to the state and congratulated and thanked the new members for accepting to serve Lagos and help improve on the achievement of their predecessors. Sanwo-Olu said the new members were carefully chosen based on records of excellence in their chosen fields. They include Bola Adeshola as chairman of the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund and Kendo Duro Simieti as chairman of the Lagos State Security Trust Fund. South African police have arrested a 31-year-old man for the murder of a woman whose stabbed body was found hanging from a tree last week. The death of 28-year-old Shegofatso Pule, who was 8 months pregnant, has sparked a nationwide outcry. She was last seen on June 4 when she left her home in Soweto to visit her boyfriend. 4 days later, her body was found in the suburb of Johannesburg, hanging from a tree and had been stabbed through the chest. The suspected killer is due to appear in court later on Wednesday. Let's take a break here and we'll be right back shortly. Do stay with us. 490 new cases of coronavirus have been recorded in Nigeria, with an additional 31 deaths linked to the virus. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, announced this via its official Twitter handle on Wednesday. The new infections put total COVID-19 toll in the country at 17,148, although 5,623 persons have been successfully treated and discharged. 455 casualties have been recorded to the virus, according to the NCDC. In the latest report, Lagos State posted 142 new cases, while the Federal Capital Territory recorded 60. Governor Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State has faulted the reports by the federal government that over 50% of about 1,000 deaths recorded in the state in April were associated with COVID-19. At a presidential task force briefing in Abuja, Minister of Health Osage Hanire had said a total of 979 people in Kano died due to strange illnesses, which turned out to be COVID-19. But in a statement by his chief press secretary, Abba Anwar, the governor said the reports by the Case of Mortality Committee in Kano revealed otherwise. According to him, COVID-19 might have contributed 15.9% of the cases of mortality and not 50%. He added that some deaths may be related to disruption of medical care and socio-economic activities due to fear of contracting COVID-19. The chairman of the Lagos branch of the Nigerian Medical Association and the Association of General and Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria, Tunji Akintade, has lamented that all the government hospitals and isolation centers in Lagos are filled up. Akintade said this in reaction to the government's statement to treat asymptomatic COVID-19 patients in their homes. Akintade said the decision to treat mild and asymptomatic COVID-19 patients at home was a tough decision for the Lagos state because there were no bed spaces and hospitals in isolation centers. India's official COVID-19 death toll has increased by more than 2,000 on Wednesday as the hard-hit country struggles to contain a ballooning health crisis that has overwhelmed many hospitals. The news came as Germany urged its nationals in India to consider leaving for their own safety, while France warned its citizens in New Delhi to stay home unless going to an airport to return to Europe. Authorities say the sharp increase in fatalities to 11,903 was mainly due to Mumbai and Delhi updating their figures. Death toll in both cities have been increasing in recent days. Mumbai blamed unspecified accounting discrepancies for the increase of 862 to 8,165 deaths. Delhi added more than 430 fatalities, taking its total to over 1,800. Officials said 93 of the Delhi deaths and 55 in Mumbai had been in the previous 24 hours. Let's take a break here to bring you up to speed with the latest in business and more.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
Wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the Go-To app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other People Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
The managing director of the Nigeria Bulk Electricity Trading PLC, Marilyn Amobi, has continued her official duties on Tuesday, despite being sacked by the Minister of Power, Salim Maman. For the second time on Monday, Maman ordered the immediate dismissal of Amobi as NBET's boss, as he named a replacement. But according to a letter signed by the Permanent Secretary of the Finance Ministry, Mahmood Issa Duse, President Buhari had directed that Amobi should serve out her tenure, which ends on July 24th, 2020. It was guarded in Abuja on Tuesday that the embattled MD decided to continue her job as NBET boss based on the directive contained in the letter. Sudan's authorities have formed a committee to investigate the discovery of a mass grave in the southeastern district of the capital, Khartoum. It's speculated that the mass graves contain the remains of conscripts who were killed in 1998 as they attempted to escape from the El Elafon military camp to join their families from the Muslim holiday. The military camp was used to train conscripts during the rule of ex-president Omar al-Bashir, who was overthrown in April 2019. Christian Coleman, world 100 meters champion, has been provisionally suspended for violating anti-doping rules. He now faces the prospect of missing next year's Tokyo Olympics after 3 violations of anti-doping whereabout rules across 2018 and 2019. Coleman avoided narrowly being banned last year. He insists he's never used performance-enhancing drugs, adding that he's willing to take a drug test every single day for the rest of his career to prove his innocence. And that's the World Update, reaching you live from TV360's newsroom. Many thanks for watching.